phone closer.
So let me check. We're live.
Yeah. Is there a way to scoot this back? Here.
So apparently, this will go to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I think directly to YouTube.
All
I
right.
have to check, but I'm
I'm
pretty
just scooting this
sure
back
that's
so
where
I
it's
can be
going.
able to. So I can be able to put down my microphone.
Yeah, this is my mic.
All right. Will got his microphone for his birthday, and he's letting me borrow it.
Cool. That'll work.
I like your background.
Yeah, thanks. So let me get.
As you can see, I've been jotting down some notes for when we start.
Yeah.
There's a couple things I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, I have tons.
Yeah. So we're starting tomorrow or we're starting tonight?
I think let's do it tomorrow because we need to prepare properly.
Yeah, okay.
I can look over notes and maybe assemble a PowerPoint.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let me see. Let me try this.
All right. It's obviously sharing the screen.
Yeah. Huh.
Camera. What's this? Oh, that's just a sharing screen. Again, I'm testing all this stuff out too. I'll probably say this again Friday, but it's funny, because this is actually my first time reading the book, like really reading the book since high school, and like reading it now, it's extremely different from I have that. It's an extremely different. It comes across differently. Okay. Screen.
Okay,
Screen.
so there's us. So theoretically, that should work.
Okay. Did you hear what I was talking about earlier?
What?
No, I was just saying, like, I'll probably go on this like tomorrow when we actually start the podcast. But this is actually my first time.
Oh yeah. I heard all that.
Yeah. But yeah, like after watching the TV show, a lot of stuff comes across very differently.
Yeah. Because the movie does not go into the politics of what this book is really saying at all.
No. And again, as a high schooler, you don't really care about the politics. You just want to read a comic book story.
Oh, you don't even notice. I didn't even notice what this book was really saying.
Hey, I didn't either. But I think like a lot of people, the show really like opened up like just how political it really is.
Oh yeah, totally. Especially with the Rorschach character.
Yeah.
Everything with him is very different from Snyder's heroic interpretation.
Yeah. Did you see again, a lot of this stuff I'll bring up also too in the first episode, but did you read what Alan Moore said about people who love Rorschach?
Yeah, stay away from me.
Yeah, it's just like, like good for you. Now please stay away from me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I see.
He also said that the Birth of a Nation was the first superhero movie, and that every superhero like property since it's just a remnant of white supremacy, which just kind of goes into the show with their take on the superhero.
Definitely. Also, I remember I see you got your multiple copies of Before Watchmen back there,
Yeah,
and I remember, I think you only gave me two because there's two that you really like. It was the Silk Spectre one and the Minutemen one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't, which one? Again, we'll talk about this when it gets in. But which one do you think is the worst?
Um,
Because I hear Before Watchmen just has a very mixed like reception among fans.
because some of them are good. Well, and we'll get to that. We'll praise some of them,
Yeah,
but
I
some of
remember.
them are, some of them are stinkers.
Yeah, I remember the Minutemen one being really good.
Yeah, I would say the worst one is this one, the dollar bill one shot, because this
Oh,
is just a complete waste of $4. Nothing of interest happens to this except for
really?
the artwork, which is admittedly really good. Just not, it's just a nothing story.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
compare that to what I hear about Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is kind of a dumb story with awful artwork.
yeah, but at least that one tried. As
Yeah,
stupid as it was, Frank Miller was trying to do something.
that is true.
Yeah.
I remember Sterling talking about how that was like the worst comic he ever read.
It is pretty bad. I've
Hmm.
read it. It's not good.
Did you ever read the third one? Because I think he made a third one.
There is a third one that was like co-written by Brian Azzarello, who we'll talk about because he did Rorschach and Comedian. But
Hmm.
yeah, I've heard it's better, but also not great.
All right. So I guess the setup of this is like you would be the most episode, and each one's gonna be like like somebody like mostly me talking about Watchmen.
Yeah, and I'll invite some other people on.
Yeah, because I'll definitely do some more episodes afterwards. Because again, even though I'm going up to UNT, I'm always gonna come home from the. There's gonna be a lot of times I'll come home for the weekend, so I'll tell you in advance.
Yeah, and you could do this from your dorm theoretically.
Yeah, I could. My dad was talking about if I needed to, they can get me a microphone.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty good test, I'd say. We know what we're doing now.
Yes. So, are you going to send me a different link this time, or is it going to be the same link as you sent me before?
I think I'll send you a new link every time because I doubt it'll be the same.
Okay, I figure that because usually with Zoom it was always a different link when I did classes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um. So just to recap, like I know you probably already sent me this, but I just want to recap so I can like plan it, so I can like be sure what's like the order of like what we're gonna go over in the entire series
Okay.
or the
So
franchise per se.
first four episodes is the comic,
Right.
three chapters apiece. And also in the last episode of that, I'm going to be talking about the role playing game
Oh
and
yeah.
the question number 17 crossover with Rorschach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to spend that much time on it, but it is worth noting those things.
Right. And then probably is the next episode after that going to be the movie?
Yeah, we'll do an episode on the movie, probably two, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah. Especially
Because
now.
then we'll have to talk about the Black Freighter and Under the Hood shorts they made.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be playing the video game. As
Nice.
bad as it probably is, I'm going to be playing the video game on
Nice.
Steam.
And then after that it's Before Watchmen.
Yeah, well, we could just do one episode on that because for a lot of these books, there's not that much to say about it.
No, no. I feel like again, this is only the ones I've read about it, but going off that, Miniman's probably the one we'll probably talk about the most because that has the most stuff going on in it.
Right. We'll do one or two episodes on Before Watchmen, then one or two on Doomsday Clock.
Right.
Because,
I didn't actually finish a Doomsday Clock.
yeah, I understand because it went on way too long.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do it all in a year, but it took like over two.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then of course after that, how many? Since we have a lot to talk about on this, how many episodes do you think we're going to do on the TV show?
Three apiece with the same death because that has the same death as the comic book.
Yeah, definitely. And even though it's not out yet, I assume the last thing we're going to do is the new Rorschach thing coming out.
Yeah, like timeline, if we do one every week, the first issue will be out when we do the last episode of the show, so we can do like first impressions then, and then go
Okay.
deeper when there's more
Uh,
issues out.
all right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the itinerary.
It's a good itinerary. I'm actually excited doing this. I remember for a while we've been talking about doing a podcast.
Yeah, and there's several others we could do afterwards because this is only like a 12-week thing.
Right. Because I remember I sent you like we had all those ideas earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The 2000s one, yes, but I think we can now probably skip on watching every nostalgia critic.
Yeah, that gimmick of watching all the movies he reviewed, then the reviews.
Yeah, that's gonna take way too long. It's like I'll
Yeah.
do that as soon as you finish Goose watches Simpsons.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't have much of a background set up. The only thing I could probably put up is my book.
Yeah.
I'll probably have my book on standby tomorrow when we start talking about it for reference.
Okay. 'Cause for a while, I wasn't sure if you'd even be on the video. I thought it would just be your voice, but
Yeah, I
now-
did too. I thought it was just going to be both of our voices
Right.
because on a lot of podcasts it's usually like a voice and like a still image of something, which is just either it's a drawing of the two people talking or like a still of something that they are talking about.
Yeah. I would like you to, you don't have to do this immediately, but at some point I would like you to do a drawing of us, like in Watchmen costumes or whatever. Something like that.
Okay, I'll probably do that. I'll probably start doing that once we start getting more like once we start like getting like I want to say farther, but once we get more into like a pattern, like the stream of things, once we start like getting steam.
I get that.
Yeah, but right. Yeah. Will actually has Kenny Rosenberg over. Today is the first day of the NBA.
Oh, nice. I would watch it, but I don't have cable.
You don't have cable?
Not anymore.
Oh, what happened?
We just need to save money, that's all.
That makes sense.
Cable's expensive.
It is. Yeah, that's the thing. My TV when I bring up won't have cable. In fact, I don't even think my TV right now has channels because I only just use it to use my DVD player.
Yeah, that's what I use my TV upstairs for. My PS3 and just my laptop and an HDMI. So I can
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm but I'm definitely going to be able to do this Friday, next Friday, and probably like the Friday before the 15th might be hard because that's when I'm like packing to move in. But probably the next Friday, the Friday when I come back for that week, I'll do that.
Yeah, do not feel obligated to do all of these because I have tons of other people that could take your place if need be.
No, but I definitely want to be involved in like a lot of these because I want to talk about this too.
Okay, yeah. Just saying we can be flexible about it.
Okay, good. I'm just saying like I'm excited because again, it's kind of like the Hamilton thing on Disney Plus and with like the Watchmen show. People now are really starting to like appreciate. It's one of the things like well, it's more like my experience. You read it, I like it, but then like all this political stuff, you just like it even more for what it is.
Right. You can see what all the worldview in it.
Right.
Because for a while you're so blind to it, but once you're more politically like conscious, you can like see like everything has intent.
Yeah, again, as a 16-year-old high school kid, I just watched the movie. I'm just like, yeah, Rorschach's kicking people. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You're a Julian. Now I'm scared of watching the movie again because after this, I'm just gonna watch it and be like, this is not very good.
I mean, it's fine.
I mean, I'm sure it's still fine until like I remember you said it's a good it's a good like comic book movie, but as a Watchmen movie, it's awful.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Just as like a grimdark like superhero movie and like the Sin City sort of range, sure it works, but
yeah,
when you compare it to the book, it falls completely flat.
Oh, definitely. And we're definitely going to talk about that once tomorrow we talk about the crime buster scene, because that's when we're really going to start doing that. Because I mean, I was reading that, I'm just like, and I was thinking back to the scene in the movie. It's like this has a completely different vibe.
Yeah. Even Rorschach's narration, there's a lot of stuff they cut out in the movie.
Yeah,
Like when he talks about President Truman and all this other stuff. Like,
yeah. Again, I want to talk about this, but again, like I know you want to start tomorrow, so I kind of want to save all my stuff.
yeah, I understand. That's why I wrote it down in my Rorschach's journal right here.
Ah, I see.
I chose this one because it looks most like his.
Yeah, it's funny. Again, I'll talk about this more tomorrow. But reading over Rorschach Jones and stuff, I'm just like, this is kind of pretentious.
Right.
I mean, he seems like a guy. Again, I say go back tomorrow. I'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. Like reading through these journal things, it's like like as a high school, you think like, oh, like Rorschach's like super like deep and like meaningful, but it's like a is just like, okay, this is kind of pretentious.
Right. There's a reason why it got published in the New Frontiersman of all things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which isn't that basically just a tabloid magazine?
Oh, and it's extremely racist too. Like there's an
Oh,
excerpt that you see at the end of, I believe, chapter 8, and yeah, it's extremely problematic on purpose.
yeah.
Yep. So that's about
So
it. We could
yeah, I
stop
think I
anytime.
think so. I think this test went well.
Yeah. So I'll just see if it went to YouTube
All
and
right.
play with it then.
So what time are you planning on doing this tomorrow?
I meant to ask, what do you think? Like 4?
4 o'clock? I'll have to ask because I'm going up to Denton to to practice like driving around
Oh,
the campus, but because my mom and I are going up there. But once I have a set like a time when we're doing that, I'll plan from there, and then I'll definitely tell you a good time.
yeah. Just tell me. We can do this whenever. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah. I was about to say it's not like there's much going on right now in the world
Um,
of the Coronis.
yeah.
I'm actually joke a couple of times now. I've actually jokingly called it the Corona Light. Just I don't know, maybe because I'm so. Oh, I got something under my
Yeah.
under my screen,
Yeah.
all along the watchtower,
Yeah. I just put a text right there.
and that's the name. That's the name of the whole thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's the name I chose. It was between that or
Right.
Desolation Row, but I feel like the one I chose feel like is more recognizable.
Yeah, and all along the watchtower is more fitting, honestly.
Yeah. I'll get to Desolation Row when we talk about it, but you can tell that was the inspiration for this whole comic book.
Right. All right, so I guess I'll get off. Then I'll ask mom about it, time of when we're going, and then I'll text you, and we can set a time from there.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Glad we figured this out.
All right, you want me to stay on while you figure it out, or is it fine if I get off?
I'm about to stop it, so
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll get off. I'll go ask my mom about a time.
okay.
All right, see you later. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.